What's going on, guys? I got Dan the man here with me. We're putting the camshafts in the 2J. So, give you a little background. There's the BCs. $1,000 Canadian is what the going rate is for these guys, and they are both 264 duration.
I can't get bigger in my 4-cylinder.
Shut up. I want non-interference still. So yeah, I went with 264s because this is going to be a total street car, but I wanted the, you know, the 40 to 50 horsepower that drop-in cams give you with this engine. So I went with the 264s. I was going to go with the stock JDMs for now, and then put the 272s or 284s or whatever I wanted to go with, but I just decided to go with 264 and keep the car street car for the time being. It will more than satisfy my horsepower goals for now. So I'm gonna keep you guys posted. We just took all the cam caps off and we're cleaning everything up, and then we're gonna be dropping them in and doing the valve clearance. So stay tuned. Yo, we are putting the Brian Crowder stuff in now. Dano cleaned all the caps off for me. He did a superb job. Yeah, they look awesome. And all the mating surfaces were a-okay for the most part. I'm putting those bad boys on the intake manifold. I don't think I did a thorough video on the engine, so this has a special ceramic-ish coating on it that actually extracts heat. So that's the intake manifold. So those gaskets on Drift Motion's site, they say they like the drop in intake air temperatures is huge. I think it was like 20 degrees or something stupid, 18 degrees. I don't know if that's true, but anyway, I bought them because that's kind of the theme I'm going with my engine. My oil pan is also coated in the heat extracting powder. So yeah, we will be installing these, doing the valve clearance check on them, and going from there. So
like 2 seconds.
Yeah,
Once I'm done torquing these down.
yeah, we'll go through it. Stay tuned, everybody.
TDC, and we'll start with exhaust and work my way back.
All right, people, we're starting the clearance check with the feeler gauge. What were the specs again, Dan, for intake and exhaust?
0.6 on intake,
Yeah.
10, and then on exhaust it was 10.
So more clearance on the exhaust side.
Always, because the valve expands when it heats up.
Yeah. So we're gonna try and get them as tight as possible, obviously within spec, and turn each one, feel it as the lobe is up, right?
Yes.
Put it in, feel it, make sure the clearance is good. If it's good, we're gonna move on. If it's not, I have 18 sets of shims and buckets. So we should be good to go if needed. So we're gonna do this right now.
Well, it's useless.
Why?
Oh, it's too small.
Is it?
Yes. 0.6 never ever fucking, like, anything under 6 you can rarely gauge properly because either the gauge is just
Or yeah.
gonna bend or it's just not gonna touch anything anyway. Just ride the loop through. So we're just gonna go up to, we're at 2.8. What's going on? We're just gonna go up to a 7. Hopefully it's tighter. Oh yeah. Woo!
Good.
Mint. Did you see how it like bites there at first when
Yeah.
it's trying to get under?
Yeah.
That's like the perfect feeling. Because that's when you know there's tolerance and tightness, but there's still enough room
New room, yeah.
for appropriate oil pressure. Ryan Farmer knows how to do this like camps.
Yeah.
One thing I can fucking do is that.
They all look like the same.
Literally one fucking chin. Man.
Yeah?
I bet you.
Alright guys, I want to show you the finished product of my 2J that is ready to be bolted into the car. We got the radium fuel rail, which was a joke. They were like missing the proper bolts and bolt spacers with the kit, so I was unimpressed with that. We got both lines attached. Those aren't tightened yet. I got the manifold on with the spacers torqued, bolted, and sealed. I finally got my engine dipstick on, which has been sitting in my parts box for like 4 years. I got the flywheel from Drift Motion on there. I redid all the silicone IVC coolant lines. And yeah, she's just waiting to be attached to the transmission and thrown in. I didn't want to go step by step. Oh yeah, I got my fluid dampener on there too, all torqued up. I didn't want to go step by step just because Dan was here and he wasn't in a rush per se, but I just didn't want to waste his time going step by step video. So I'd rather show you what we were doing with the cams and the finished product of the engine itself that is going to be going into the car right away. So pretty. I'm super stoked to finally put this in to that thing. So stay tuned to the rest. Good morning everybody. It's a fine Saturday morning. Yesterday Mike and I went over this. The pulley for the tensioner was actually hitting the fluid damper. You can kind of see it there. It's really close. Let's see if you can see it on this side. This side you can see that there is let's see if I can get it here ish. See if we can focus on it here. It's not letting me focus, but there is some space now, whereas before there was not. So we actually had to flip this pulley this way because the fluid dampener is actually almost 16 mil thick, whereas the factory one is 13.5. So you have to give somewhere. It probably would have worn down, but I just wanted it to be like as good as possible on startup. So now there is a gap there. I also forgot to put in the crank sensor, which you can see is now in there, right there. And what else did we do yesterday? Oh yeah, we took my factory sub and amp setup. I don't know if this was done by Mother's Polish or not. I heard my car was a Mother's Polish SEMA car. 1 year, I think it was 2006 or 7. I can't remember what the original owner told me, but I have no proof of that. So I don't know who put this sub box in. It fits very nicely. It is 1 inch thick. So they did a quality job of it, but it's heavier than an elephant. So yesterday we put the Walbro 525 Hellcat fuel pump in my car and took the sub out. And I don't know, I'm at a dilemma stage. I don't know if I should put the sub in because it sounds absolutely awesome in here, or if I should leave it out. And also what I'm going to do with the fuel pump ECU dilemma, whether I'm going to keep it or I'm going to bypass it. I don't know yet. The joys of building building a car, right? So I want to check all this stuff back there. There's a plug probably to the antenna that is no longer there. So yeah, that's where I'm at with this thing. Looks a lot different. I'd love to go a smaller sub, but my carpet is cut out, and it's cut out nicely to fit the shape of that 12 perfectly. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Keep it or put a nice little 8-inch in it, because my car was the premium edition, so it has the factory little sub, if you want to call it that. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. Engine is ready to go in. I'm gonna do some work on the 4Runner today and clean up the garage to get ready for the install of the engine. I'm probably just gonna leave this area open for now until I figure out what I'm gonna do with the sub, and until we figure out what we're gonna do with the fuel pump wiring. All right, guys, stay tuned. I'm probably gonna make a video. This is gonna be the final clip. So as always, I hope you like the video, subscribe, and hit that like button. Peace.